evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. It's your boy, James, aka Dad the Rapper, aka Dad the Nobody, back again for another Talk to Me Tuesday. This is week 6. And today we're gonna have some more good times. Another good time. We're gonna do some random Q&A today. So hopefully y'all ready to answer some questions. I'm definitely ready myself. I'm more than willing to answer any questions that wind up coming up in conversation. But as you can see here, I got some rapid fire questions. I think it's let me see if you see behind it. It's icebreaker questions. There's different categories. Today's category I chose was random fun, so that we could have some random fun and talk to and get to know each other. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be looking to see if y'all can answer some of these questions down in the chat that we get to in just a minute. In the meantime, we're gonna wait and see if we can get a few folks in here to chill out with us. Time now is what? I don't know, 6:24 ish. I wanted to get this started a little bit sooner, but I wanted to get the third camera, set up. Eventually, I get this all integrated on like one camera, and we'll be streaming that way. But until then, we'll do what we got to do with the multi phone, old and new phone setup that we got right here. Chilling right here with my baby. You hear that song, baby? What's up, my boy? All right, so we're gonna get started here with some rapid fire questions. Get ready. We're gonna have a good time here tonight. So, I kind of separated a few out that I thought would make some good questions for the night. Obviously, you're welcome to answer any one of these that you do or don't. Carrie, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through, hanging out with your boy for a little bit. We finna get started right here with some of our rapid fire questions here tonight. So, all means, leave if you got to answer to one of these questions, put it down in the comments. Let her hear what it is that you have as far as an answer to some of these questions. So, random fun, random facts, about you, what you think, and what's happening in your head and your heart. So, we're gonna go with this first one. First one is what would you not do for $5 million? What would you not do for $5 million? I will go first, but you can leave your answer down there in the comments. So what would you not do? It's probably going to be reversed if I try to show it to you on the camera. But what would you not do for $5 million? Let's see. What would I not do? What would I do for $5 million? I know I ain't doing nothing that compromises my integrity. I'm definitely not about that life. What was that? Macas? Sleep with a transsexual? 100%. Nothing with a transsexual. Nothing gay. I definitely ain't doing that for $5 million. It can be $5 billion. I ain't doing that. What else? What wouldn't I do? Wouldn't compromise my faith. Wouldn't abandon my family. What would you not do for $5 million? I mean, those wouldn't turn my back on none of my friends. You know what I mean? Like, people be like, oh, you could buy some new friends. Maybe you can buy some new friends, but like, I ain't shady like that. For some money, like, I'm not going to do my people dirty for money. You know what I mean? So that's me. If you got a different answer, put that down there in the comments. Let me know. What would you not do for $5 million? We're going to go to the next one. Let's see. What's this second one says? What's the most interesting thing you can see in this room? What's the most interesting thing that you can see in this room? Most interesting thing? Probably this boy right here. He is very interesting. He definitely keep me on my toes with the random stuff that he be saying to be talking about. So that's the most interesting thing that I can see in this room. That's with me right now. Everything else is just stuff. I don't really think nothing of it. I like it, you know, but interesting in this room the most would be my baby boy. Right, son? He ain't paying attention. He on the PlayStation, so you know. Let's say your T. Say what about a T? What's that? Explain that to me. Your T, like, is that the interesting thing that you see in the room right now? Explain that to me. What we got going on over there? YH. Appreciate you coming through. Oh, shirt. That's it's DJ Kitty right here, man. You know, DJ Kitty. I don't know who it is. My wife knows. She be into that stuff, but I just got it because it was on sale at the thrift store. You know what I mean? And I thought it looked like a decent tee. So appreciate it though. So another random question: what is the first thing you noticed about someone when you first meet? I don't know. I would say smile, man. Like I notice whether a person is like a cheerful, kind of happy person, or if they like generally a angry person. Like I don't know. I don't if I had a preference of like what I would want to see in somebody when I first see them, like I would want to see them smile. That would let me know like they more of a friendly person that I could talk to and communicate with. Let me see what you say. You said the shoes. Is it Macau? Am I saying that? Mikael? Am I saying that right? You notice their shoes first? I mean, you look eventually. I mean, it depends. Like if a person dressed up real nicely, then you know you want to make sure that the shoes match. But I don't know, man. I don't try to judge people too harshly. I just want to see if they cool or not. What was that, Nikki? Nikki, appreciate you coming through. Nikki, if you get a chance to answer that question, let me know what the first thing you notice about somebody when you first meet. What's the first thing you notice about somebody when you first meet? I don't know if y'all can see that there. And then for my IG people that's on the worst camera of the three, you know, you let me know right there. So you can leave that down in the comments. I'm gonna move to the next one. What looks delicious but tastes terrible? What looks delicious but tastes terrible? I don't know. If I don't like the smell of it, I ain't eating it anyway. What looks delicious but tastes terrible? I don't know. I could tell you what smells terrible, but a lot of people think it's delicious. I know ranch, and everybody be eating ranch dressing. I think ranch dressing smell like the armpit of a garbage can. Like I don't know. I don't know why people are so into that, but something that looks delicious but tastes terrible. I don't know. Because if I didn't think it's gonna taste terrible, it don't look delicious to me. But that's just me. You know, let me know. Lobster, I feel that it has a certain aesthetic to it that make it seem decent, but I don't know, man. I only like food on the land. I ain't a seafood guy, you know. Zuzin, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Still waiting on you, Nikki. You know, you can ask one of these questions or not, but just putting you on blast for a little bit. Next question. What would your secret spy name be? What would your secret spy name be? I think it was some name me and my wife was just talking about yesterday, and I was like, if I would have thought of this name, I would have made that with my rap name. We was talking about Peter in the Bible. His name was Cephas, and I was saying I would have made my stage name Lil Cephas, which I guess Cephas Peter, you know, so Peter was, I don't know, Lil Cephas. That'd be my secret spy name. Let's do that. I go for that. What was your secret spy name? Agent, is it? Said I don't know. Agent Mikhail, or something. I mean, nothing wrong with that. You know, you can go with your regular name. I'm just assuming that's your regular name and not just the username. Akron, appreciate you coming through. And MN, whatever that is, appreciate you coming through. All right, cool. Let's move on. What's the next one? What's two normal activities? What two normal activities would be really weird if you did them back to back? What two normal activities would be really weird if you did them back to back? Um, I would say I don't know, like I don't know, something else and taking a dump. You know what I mean? Like taking it up and something back to back. What two normal activities? Uh, I don't know. Dang. What's the second one? I can't think of a second activity that'll go with that. What y'all got? What's two normal activities? Like, I don't know, riding a bike and I don't know, eating food, wash your hands and then take a dump. I don't know. I think that'd be two weird activities to do right there. Because who wash their hands before they take it? I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you could. Oh, maybe changing your diaper and then eating dinner. I changed this dude diaper and you gotta go wash your hands. But if you didn't wash your hands, but you just started eating back to back, then yeah, that'd be kind of disgusting. So that's my two. If you can think of something, let me see. Going to the gym and eating pizza. I don't know, man. That sounds like a good time. In my opinion, that sounds like a good day for me. Hitting the gym and I get some pizza. That's a win. That's a W. All right. It says which conspiracy theory do you believe is true? Which conspiracy? Can you say that? Which conspiracy theory? I'm showing the second question already. Which conspiracy theory do you think is true? Sandy. Oh wait, no, I thought that was Sandy. Sancho, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through, man. Hanging out with me for a little bit. Just doing some random Q&A with some icebreaker questions. So feel free to put your answer down there in the comments. Let me know what you think. What conspiracy theory do you believe is true? I think the one that I can think of that I think's probably been like most consistently suspicious for me, probably like 9/11. You know what I mean? Like just the whole thing behind that with them shipping all the stuff off to what was it, China before anybody could investigate, and then the plane that hit the Pentagon. There was no like parts or anything to it that was left. I don't know, but that's me. You got any conspiracy theories that you think is true, that you believe is true? Let me know. What else? Which TV show would you love to feature in? Can it be a cartoon, like an anime? Like if that's the case, if it could be an anime, I don't know. Probably Dragon Ball Z. I want to be in Dragon Ball Z so I can hit up the hyperbolic chamber. I can see what it's like to go Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? Like, but you tell me. I mean, what TV show would you love to feature in? For me, I would say Dragon Ball Z, just because that's like one of my favorite shows that I've ever watched. You don't watch TV? That's cool. I mean, I don't watch much TV nowadays anyway. If I do, it's like Netflix, Amazon Prime, something like that. Who's that right there? Is that Lil J? Appreciate you coming through. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so what's the most amazing fact you know? What's the most amazing fact that you know? I'm thinking right now. Let me see. What's the most amazing fact that you know? The only thing that came to mind when I kind of like briefly glanced at this question earlier, what's the most amazing fact that you know? I would say just like the fact that like the statistics say that there's 150,000 people that die every single day, and I'm just like, bro, how? Like it just don't even seem possible that there's that many people that die every single day. And like the reason that the population doesn't go down is because there's like somewhat close to like 300,000 people born every single day also, which is crazy. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just hard to believe that much is going on in the world at one time. So that Jesus died for the sins of mankind. Honestly, I mean, that's probably like the number one answer right there. If that was a survey, if this was Family Feud. But the fact that he actually was born into the world through a virgin birth is really crazy, because it's like, bro, that's the only time ever in history has ever happened, you know? So the most amazing fact, cool, appreciate that. That insight right there. You see. So next question says, what is something you do that would be embarrassing if everyone found out? See, it's kind of a double-edged question right here, because if you say it, then somebody found out, you know. But what is something you do that would be embarrassing if everybody found out? I mean, it's not like it's a secret. Like, I mean, I don't do it publicly, but I definitely, like, you know, when I got boogers, I pick them boogers out. Like, I ain't got no time for no tissue and no Kleenex, none of that. I'm going on a search and rescue for my nostrils' sake. You know what I mean? Like, what? But I mean, I guess it's kind of embarrassing. You don't want nobody really see you digging in your nose, but you know, I know people digging their nose. I know my son digging his nose, but he don't care. He do it in front of anybody. I'm a little bit more discreet and reserved. But you tell me, what's something that you do that would be embarrassing if everybody found out? That's mine. I'm just putting that out there. You let me know what you think. All right. This is a slightly interesting random question for you. What is the ugliest vegetable? They say, yeah, I ain't dropping that. That's okay. You ain't got to tell me. But if you change your mind, there's still time. All right. What is the ugliest vegetable? You part of me be thinking carrot, because it looks so dry and crusty on the outside. But I'm sure it's one uglier. What's uglier than a carrot? I don't know. Somebody tell me. What was that? Lil J. What's probably a squash? Yeah, I feel you. But I don't know. Carrot just looks so crusty. Like, not the cut ones that you get, not the cut carrots that you can get that look kind of clean, but like the ones that's fresh. They got like all of the wrinkles and indentations of dryness. It's like an ashy orange finger. But you know, that's just me. But a squash, I got you. You tell me what you think over there, Lil J, you know, let me know. What's the ugliest vegetable? Next question though. What fortune would you want to get from a fortune cookie? What fortune would you want to get from a fortune cookie? I don't know. That I would get some millions of dollars. I got millions of dollars coming my way. That's what I need. So you got millions of dollars coming, and all of the dreams and aspirations that you have are going to come true. But what fortune would you want to get from a fortune cookie? You tell me. I would say, you know, all my finances would be straight and in order, and that things that I want to accomplish. You know, not everything that I want to accomplish is like selfish. You know, like I would want, you know, my son to be speaking clear and communicating well to me. You know what I mean? I would want my wife's back to be in like perfect, pristine condition, because she be having troubles with that. That's a dream of mine, you know, to get us out the ghetto. I mean, we're not in the ghetto. I'm just talking. Mung being, are you sober? That's a good question. Am I? Of course. I stay sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. Fun fact. I've never smoked anything ever in my life. But sober, I don't know. No, I'm not drinking anything. I just high off life. You know what I mean? Like I just enjoy living, enjoy being alive, and that's just my personality. It's not somebody that's just cool, chill, sit on the side, not saying stuff. That's me though. But good question. Appreciate you asking. Hopefully you got a similar or even better, more interesting personality than I have. But either way, you here. Right on, bro. You seem like a good dude. Peace. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming through. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. But I got going with this next question, and you can answer it if you like to. What's one item you could never live without? What is one item you could never live without? Item. So, what's one item you couldn't live without? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that's not an item, son. All right, coffee. I don't drink coffee though, man. I don't. What's one item I could never live without? Huh. I part of me thinking like my phone, even though I could live without my phone. I've done that before. One item. Another part of me saying like the Bible, but I don't even use my physical Bible no more because it's on my phone. That's honestly, I'm gonna stick with phone, because I get so much stuff for what I need is just on my phone right now. So, one's been true, heard. Let's see. Yeah, no, I would say my phone, but let me know. Let me know what you think. Legit, I seen you over there, creeping. You ain't trying to put nothing in the comments though. You ain't trying to say that in the comment section. Let me know what you couldn't live without. You know what? We probably ain't asked your question yet. That's what it is. Don't worry, we getting there. All right, this random fun question is: how many languages can you say hello in? Let's see. In English, hello. Spanish, hola. French, bonjour. What's another language? Is it Japanese? Konnichiwa. Josh, watch do a backflip. I ain't never done a backflip in my life. I can't even do backflips. Be honest, you know what I mean? Like, actually, I tried to do a backflip one time when I was younger, jumping on the bed. I'm sure most anybody's tried to do flips on the bed and stuff when they was younger, at least boys. I tried to do a backflip one time. I think I fell on my neck, and then I kind of decided right then I was done with backflips. Yeah. Wait, 5 actually. You can do it in 5. What was it more than the ones that I said? What's one language that you could do it in that I didn't say? I said English, French, Spanish, and Japanese. Wait. Maybe is it ni hao for like Chinese or something? I don't know. I could be wrong, but let me know. Josh, you can do a side flip. What is side flipping? Salam in Arabic. Heard. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was how you said it. I know. I think it's like Salaikum Salam. Is that close? Is that what I'm coming? Am I on the right page when I say that? Salaikum Salam when it's talk about in Arabic, but I could be completely wrong. Let me know if I'm right on that. But we're gonna go to the next question. Let's see. What do you think is a waste of money? I got an answer for this one. I'm gonna see what y'all say, but I got an answer for this one. Salam, Seika Salam. I think, yeah. Sound like you don't know either. You sound like you guessing, just like me. All right. But what do you think is a waste of money? Honestly, so it's a lot of stuff. But the biggest one that I see like happening like the most that I always felt like was like a waste of money that I can remember and think of right now is strip clubs. I think strip clubs is a huge waste of money. I don't see why anybody will go pay money to see somebody get naked that don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know. Like, I mean, I ain't never. I, funny enough, I have never been to a strip club because I always thought it was a waste of money to go and throw money at somebody who ain't yours, who don't want you, and is specifically there just to get your money out your pocket. That just don't make no sense to me. What'd you say? You said gambling? Yeah, drugs and gambling, both waste of money. I guess I don't do drugs. Gambling, I don't. I've been through a casino because I had to go through a casino when I was in Las Vegas one time. And the games look interesting. I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to, put no money in them slot machines. That just ain't me. It ain't my forte. Notification, like the live. Appreciate that like. More likes coming in. Who was that there that liked it? That's your name notification. Okay, cool. Do you? Yeah, what I mean? Let's see. What songs do you know by heart? Um, it's kind of biased if I say I know my own songs by heart because I do. You know what I mean? I know my songs by heart, at least most of them. I be forgetting sometimes. It's always the weirdest thing when you on stage and you performing your song, and like as an artist, like the one thing you're looking for when you up there performing, at least me, one thing I'm looking for is kind of like the genuine reaction from the crowd to see if they're engaged, if they like anything that they're hearing or seeing. And then I hate that I do that because I always tend to forget some line that's coming up next to my song when I get too distracted by looking at somebody else to see what they're saying. So all right, it's 1 a.m. I am. Got a dip, bro. Peace. Hey, appreciate you coming through. Have a great night. Get you some rest, and maybe I'll catch you next week. Or Friday. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be back here for Freestyle Friday, so we'll catch you then. All right. But have a good night. And Emery, last person that came through. I think you might be in and out, but hey, you came through for a second. Appreciate you. And let me see. Who else was that? Just notification. Okay, same one. All right, Makai. Have a good night though, bro. I'll catch you then. And let's move on. Let's see what we got next. What's the time? 51. You got a few more minutes and then we'll wrap it up at like 7 o'clock. And also, if you do come through, if there's any what you call those prayer requests, drop those in the comments. Yeah, I just want to take a second and pray for people. If there's anything that you need prayer on, or if you got any questions, if you got any genuine questions, looking for any clarity, understanding, or anything when it comes to life, God's word, whatever is in my purview of understanding. You know what I mean? Like this ain't a one-sided conversation. I want to hear questions from y'all too. So we'll get there. So what's the next question? Where's the best place to go for a burger? Where's the best place to go for a burger? See, it's hard for me to say a best place because I mean I'm simple. I like cheese, barbecue sauce, meat, and the bun. You know what I mean? Like somebody be like onions and vegetables and all that stuff. That's cool. But you let me know what's the best place to go to get a burger. I will tell you what I think was one of the best burgers that I had ever. So I used to work at this restaurant. Some of y'all been there. Some of y'all heard of it. It's called Longhorn Steakhouse, right? And they used to have this burger called the Longhorn. And the Longhorn was a beef patty topped with, I think it was pulled pork and barbecue sauce. I think, was it bacon too? No, I think that was just the pork. But bro, that was actually one of the best burgers I ever had. Pulled pork and ground beef go well together. So I don't think they got it no more. maybe they just don't have no more the one that's by me. But if you do get a chance, give it a try. I think you'll like it. I think it's called a Longhorn. So Longhorn burger. I could be wrong. If it say pork and beef, there you go. That's you. What does your favorite T-shirt have on it? I ain't got no favorite T-shirt. I mean, I go in my drawer. I'm like, is it clean? Is it decent? Cool. Let's put that on. You know what I mean? I just need something clean, but maybe you got one. What does your favorite T-shirt have on it? We can even say that it's just, I like this one. That's why I got it. It's DJ Kitty. Yeah, DJ Kitty on here. You know what I mean? On the ones and twos. Actually, it's just the ones because the two ain't on here. But DJ Kitty, DJ Kitty is dope. Whoever this is. So this is a real person. I mean, my wife said the name of whoever it was before. I don't know who is it. They call it DJ Kitty. All right. Who we got over there? Jacob. Jacob, appreciate you coming through, man. You know, feel free to put down in the comments or like the stream. Answer some of these questions. You know, these random questions are for y'all and for me, you know, so we can interact. That's kind of how this Talk to Me Tuesday is set up. Not just for me to be rambling off at the mouth, because I could do that. You know what I mean? I just talk. You know, it's just kind of like in me to just babble and ramble off at the mouth sometimes. But truthfully, you know, the reason we got the stream going, the reason we got the live here in the first place is because we want to try to build a community of people that's engaging with each other online to kind of talk about life, man. You know, it's just these questions is an easy segue into, you know, just getting people to open up and talk about random things in life. And if something just so happened to be on your heart, maybe something was really pressing on you today, you know, you can throw that in the comments. We could talk about it and address that too, you know. Saying it's about these little cards right here. Again, it's something to do in the meantime until another bigger, better conversation gets started between us. All right. So if you're coming through, if you came through, appreciate you. Let's see if we get a few more questions. We're coming up to the roundabout of the hour here at 7 o'clock. So this next question is, do you watch the Olympics? Nah, not really. I'm just keep it a buck. I don't watch the Olympics. I mean, I think it's cool that, you know, there's some really dope athletes that can make it to the creme de la creme of athletics, but I don't care. I don't watch the Olympics. Maybe you do. If you do, let me know in the comments. You know, let me know. We're gonna move to the next question though. What is one food you could never give up? That's easy. Pizza. I can never give up pizza. Even though I be trying not to eat too much bread, which I've been messing up, but I'm about to stop again. I'm about to start with this, at least the white bread. But what's one food that you can never give up? Let me know. For me, it is pizza. I don't know. Pizza is delicious, man. I don't know who don't like pizza or if you don't eat pizza. If you don't, I mean, that's cool. You know, I met some people that don't eat chicken. You know, I always say like black people. They say like black people always eat chicken. And you know, that's largely true. A lot of black people do eat chicken, but it's a lot of everybody eat chicken. You know, who was that? Dave Chappelle or somebody that said, like, you show me these people that don't eat chicken. I don't know who it is. But I eat chicken. But pizza is where it's at. Give me pizza and chicken. And you know, I might pick pizza over chicken. Depending on what day it is. So describe your typical breakfast in one word. Hearty. I'm gonna say hearty because it's mainly like protein based, you know. I don't want to comment too much further because it say one word. But you tell me, describe your typical breakfast in one word. I said hearty. You know what I mean? I could have said delicious, but you know, I mean, sometimes you mess up the breakfast a little bit and it ain't as delicious as you planned on it being. You know what I mean? Who was that? SGM. Appreciate you coming through. So let's see. Next question we got. Which apps do you use the most? So on my phone. It's okay, baby. So on my phone, the the apps I probably use the most, like, it's funny because like when you do use apps the most, like even when you ain't trying to use the apps, you be using the apps, right? And so the app I probably use the most, probably like my, between like my Webull, between my Webull and Robinhood app. I stay opening them apps. Sometimes I open them on accident. Ain't always a good thing. Sometimes I be opening them like, bro, like ain't nothing changing in the market. Let the market be, but here's what it is. How often is your brain on autopilot? I don't know. What does it mean to have your brain on autopilot anyway? I mean, maybe y'all can break that down for me a little bit better than I can for myself. What does it mean to have your brain on? Like, will you just coast? Like, you just coasting, not thinking about nothing? I don't know. I'm always thinking about something. I don't know. Never. But you let me know. How often is your brain on autopilot? My brain is. I'm always thinking about something. It don't mean I'm always doing something, but I'm always thinking about something. Oh, we got what's that? Milan. I think that's what it say. Hope I'm saying your name right. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you for coming through. Let's get these last couple random questions because we right here at 7. So then this will be the last card, y'all. All right, so let me know. Put this in the comments. Let me know what your answer is. It says, which villain do you really feel for? What villain do you really feel for? I don't know. Not every villain and everything always stay a villain. I think dang, I hate to go back to Dragon Ball Z again, but I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say Vegeta. You know what I mean? Like Vegeta back when he was the bad guy in Dragon Ball. I know he's a good guy now in Dragon Ball Z, but he was the bad guy. I'm like, I don't know. He kind of wanted, to kind of live up to what his father had done, and then his planet had gotten destroyed and all that stuff. So, and then he just wanted to be better. You know what I mean? Like, and then he wound up being second best to somebody for pretty much his entirety of his career in Dragon Ball. So, I don't know. Maybe that's geekish. I don't know. I couldn't think of another villain that I would feel better for or that I feel bad for or whatever. And last question from the night is, what would make a good theme song for your life? What would make a good theme song for your life? You let me know. I can't think. I was thinking, I don't know. Trey Songz just got to make it. Trey Songz just got to make it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I do be feeling like I just got to make it. Like one way or another, like, you just want to kind of be successful at whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish or whatever endeavors you embark upon. So, sure, why not? Let's go with that. But you let me know if you do got one. I'd appreciate knowing. Let me see. User with a bunch of numbers right there. Just call you 4028. You know what I mean? Call you 4020. So that's that. That's all the random fun questions for today. If you're catching this on the back end, feel free to drop a comment with any one of those answers to any one of those questions down there for show. Anybody who came through and spent a little time with your boy, as always, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Anybody who takes the time to spend some time with me, it's your time. You're free to spend it however you like to, and the fact that you come through and spend it with me is much appreciated by me. With that being said, let's end this off with a little prayer and let everybody go on their way. All right, so Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you so much for today and for seeing us through this day up to this point and giving us the opportunity to live, breathe, and see the things that we've seen today. Thank you for everything that we've accomplished. Thank you for the things that we had good intentions on, and allow us to do well with the time that we have left, that we might do well with that time as well. Please give us um, your grace and traveling mercies as we go to and fro to wherever it is that we got to go today, Father. And we'll still accomplish things the rest of the day we got left. But keep us upright. Let us do righteous and holy things in your sight. And keep us steadfast towards doing your will and sharing your gospel with the world and the people that's out there that are lost and in need of salvation, Father. These things we ask and pray, all in your son Jesus Christ's name. Amen. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all. Thank you all for your time tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it right here. And catch y'all over the week. This on the weekend on Friday. Y'all have a great one. Buenos nachos. Peace.